Hello all, this is Dr. Dave Maslach talking to you about reciprocity.com. The E is written with a 3, and in this particular video I want to talk to you about what is reciprocity all about, why I'm actually trying to do this particular project. So if you don't know me, I'm an associate professor of innovation strategy and entrepreneurship, and I created this whole reciprocity project to give back as much as I possibly can. There were so many people that helped me out that I wanted to pay the favor forward and help you out as much as I can. So I've been doing this reciprocity project now for, I think it's been about 3 years now at this moment when I started to take it very seriously. I started the journey back in 2015. It's now 2020, but when I started doing the YouTube and all this other kind of stuff a little bit more seriously, well, it has been about 3 years at this moment. So what has happened? What is this project all about? So it's kind of goofy doing this kind of thing, right? So actually communicating and talking to you, via the internet and YouTube and stuff. But how it actually started is I created this. So I was driving home one day in, I think it was 2015. And I was driving from Disney World with my kids. My kids were pretty small at this moment. They're a little bit older now. And we went to Disney World. On my way home, I had this really cool idea. Why can't I create this app where it was kind of like a sharing economy model where people would help each other out and give people feedback on the writing. This was a major problem that I had in my doctoral program, and it was something that I struggle with. I'm an engineer, and that's my undergrad, and that I did my master's and PhD in so management science and then strategy or general management. It was something I struggled with, and I knew that I could improve with this. And when I was writing, and I still do this all the time, I try to get a copy editor, or I get somebody to look at my writing to give me feedback. And I learned a lot along the way with the writing and the feedback from other people, and as well as my amazing supervisors that maybe will watch this video. I don't know. Anyways, so there's I learned a lot from this particular endeavor of writing, getting feedback from somebody, and then rewriting and thinking about that. So I wanted to create some sort of application that would build, kind of a community where you would be able to interact and help each other out and continue to sort of work on your writing. So I started doing these. I made this app. So I waited I waited about 6 months, and then I was like, oh man, I can't build this thing myself. So I got some contract developers, built this thing. That took about 6 months, and built it out, and I put it out on the internet, and absolutely nothing happened. It was total crickets. Nobody even knew that this thing was out. And it was funny because, I teach about innovation and strategy and stuff like that, and I didn't sort of understand how the internet worked. And so once I understood what the internet was about, I struggled with it for a while. And then somebody mentioned, well, why don't you start doing some YouTube videos about it? And I was like, well, YouTube videos, that's only for crazy people and cat videos and things like that. But, I started doing it. And over time, I started doing kind of not so good videos, very promotional oriented. But then over time, I started learning that people really responded, and they really needed help with, doing a PhD, doing a doctorate, doing research, doing things in graduate school, being a professor, all sorts of things like that. There wasn't really any sort of sources out there in terms of dealing and helping to navigate the journey of being in academics and doing things where you're really working at something that's kind of ambiguous, right? You're doing research. So some of you are watching this are in university, some of you are not. Some of you are working in a private company at this moment and doing R&D. There's all sorts of people around the world that deal with these problems that we all struggle with, that are kind of more universal with research and development, but nobody's really helping people navigate this stuff and really going through and answering some really tough questions about their life, what they should do, all these kind of things, giving motivation, encouraging people. I started actually doing some sort of search analysis and investigating in these particular areas, and there's lots of all these questions that people have, and there was at the time, there's these kind of forums, anonymous forums, where people were asking and answering these things, but a lot of it was really dicey in terms of what people were doing and writing on there. There was a real big blow up catastrophe kind of thing. I think it was on Econ Rumors, where people were just being really nasty and doing things anonymously. And I didn't want to do that. I wanted to be open and help you out and be a decent human being and teach you and help you how to navigate some of these things, and to know that there's other decent human beings that are out there, that when you're late at night and it's 10 midnight and you're watching, you can't figure out something about what's happening in your life, that you can watch some of these videos and get a sense that there's people that are looking out for you, that we're all struggling and we're all dealing with this kind of stuff, and make you feel kind of normal with all these life things that happen in your life. And so that's what I wanted to do. And I started doing these YouTube videos, and people started responding to it, not overnight, but gradually more and more people are responding to it, and to let you know that you're totally normal with the feelings that you have and the emotions that you have, but at the same time giving you information on how to deal with some of this stuff and navigating some of these things. Just kind of be like, virtual advisor, I guess, or guidance counselor. I don't know, like somebody is just helping you out and in your corner. And as I started doing that, more and more people were watching, and it's kind of picking up steam at this moment, I think, and it's still continuing to pick up steam. And so as I'm building out this channel and making more content and doing all that kind of stuff and helping you out, I'm also investing. I still have, I found another development team that is working on this. They're in India. They're amazing. They are, if you want to check them out, at Drive. That they're great human beings that are helping me out and developing some of the stuff with the app. And as I'm making money, on YouTube, I'm investing it and putting it into the app to make it better and to help you out. Not a lot of people are using it, which is a shame, because I think it's cool. But, what I would encourage you to do if you are watching this video, if you could actually go on and buy some credits and use the app, that would help it out so much at this moment, because there is, it's really building out this platform. If we can get it to work, then we can have this extra resource out there. And then we'll continue to build out different things and help you out in different ways, right? So that's the end goal. And then, the end goal is really thinking about how can I contribute more than I possibly can if it was just me doing research and doing my own thing, right? Doing the normal trajectory where I'm going in a certain direction and doing research and writing and stuff. But how can I build, a large audience, such that we can be very helpful and help each other out and just have a bigger impact in the world? And that's really what I'm thinking about with this project. And there's all sorts of really cool, interesting research on, on sort of software development and open source software and stuff like that, that shows that if you just do generalized reciprocity, you can actually look at Sheen Levine he's done some cool stuff in this area. Josh Lerner at Harvard has looked at this kind of stuff. Eric von Hippel at MIT has done really great stuff for a long time. There's all sorts of, I think actually Sheen was Eric von Hippel's student. But anyways, there's lots of people around the world that are doing this kind of stuff, investigating it. So I was like, well, let's put this into play, see if it actually works. If I just do things and give freely, and continuing to build this out. Now it's all private in terms of investment. It's just my wife and I that are investing in this, and we're sinking tons of money into it to make it better and helpful and useful for you. And so this project continues to grow. That's the whole goal, is to have a large impact and to make, just change the world, to make a positive impact in this world. And then as well, if it starts to really take off and becomes a big thing, what I'd love to do eventually is starting to give some of the profits back to help out research and academics, right? So to have this sort of feedback loop where I'm taking some of the money, or we're taking some of the money. Hopefully there'll be more people involved, eventually, where we're taking some of the money that it's making and reinvest it, do scholarships and bursaries. Hopefully do some really cool things in my own institution. I'd love to do that kind of stuff and just be more generous, more helpful, and just make an impact. That's really what it's all about. And I'm continuing to push this out, and I'm seeing what the impact is of doing something that's really weird and really goofy. And just trying to be a nice, decent human being. So that's kind of the whole story with what is going on with this project, and really what it's about in sort of long story short, or short story long. And then I had this great idea to build an app, put it out there, got absolutely no traffic, because you need to get, people have to actually start paying attention to this thing before any of the search engines give you traffic. Over time, I started doing these YouTube videos and built out a big blog now, blog.reciprocity.com. I'm going to try to keep investing in different things. Hopefully over the next couple of years, I'll start doing more stuff and putting in, more things. I've got writers now on that blog, just trying to be helpful and navigate some of these things. Just really, really be, decent human being. That's at the end of the day, and think about how can we build impact in what can we actually do to make this thing, make this a resource that everybody really likes at the end of the day. That's the whole goal with reciprocity.com. So I know this is long-winded if you're watching this. Again, if you can, subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's awesome that you're doing that. I'm hopefully trying to put out as much sort of useful stuff as I can, and trying to motivate you and do things like that. But as well, if you really want to help out, go and purchase some credits on the Reciprocity platform. So it's reciprocity.com, and the E is written with a 3. So check that out. And by the way, the 3, some of you might be wondering, what's that all about, right? So what that is when I went to go and buy reciprocity.com, it was taken, the domain was taken, and I was like, well, let's just switch this E to a 3. And so I did that. There's no reason. If you want, you can name it, come up with different reasons. That would be awesome. Put comments below what the reasons are for the 3. That would be awesome. So if you want to help out, buy some credits, give some thumbs up, tell people about this project. Maybe we can make some real positive changes in this world, and make academics, make research, make the thing that we're doing really fun, make it exciting, and, make us all feel kind of normal. That we're not kind of crazy with the things that we're doing, and as well as build out some sort of platform where we can really do things. So that's it. I've got to go back and do stuff with my kids, go back to doing research and things like that, normal life stuff. So give me a thumbs up, do subscribe to the YouTube channel. Take care and have a wonderful day. Bye.